So good morning. Today we are talking about modern witch hunts and releasing trauma-based anchors. And here's the thing, and I'm sorry if you hear things over here because my son decided he has to do his Zoom in this place. Here's the thing that came to me this morning that felt so important to share with you. We have to look at the way that our current society operates and put the old things in the new format. So what did a witch hunt look like before? What was that energy? What were the physical manifestations of how that happened? And what is a witch hunt now? What does that look like now? The thing that is very important to realize is that without women, witch hunts would have been impossible. What am I talking about? Well, it was women who, operating out of fear, jealousy, and desire to please patriarchy, who acted as informants on other women, who put other women under the bus, who created that division of me versus her, us versus them, and created this tension that has been perpetuated through generations and generations and generations of women who don't trust each other. This is not something that we need to bring into New Earth. But in order to understand what it looks like now, we have to see it, right? We have to feel what that energy is in the current climate. Because yeah, we can just say to ourselves, like, no, we would never do that. We would never call out another woman like that. We would never put her on blast. We would never do anything to harm somebody like that just for them speaking their voice. But is that true? Is it very easy for you to get on Facebook and just add your energy to a rant that you have no idea where it originated? I see it every day, literally every single day. I see somebody saying, this person said this thing and I have a problem with it. Do you have a problem with it? Comment below, add your energy so I feel good and justified in being this way towards this person. If you don't know that person and you don't know the situation, then you lending your energy to that in a negative way, you're being part of a witch hunt. You're being part of a herd mentality. You are releasing your sovereignty and adding your energy into a collective dis-ease that is all about breaking down, suppressing voices, and creating an us versus them. So unfortunately, even in the spiritual community, we have the same vestiges of patriarchal society and religious society within this community. Just because somebody is spiritual doesn't mean they're not operating on a patriarchal system. It doesn't mean that. How do you navigate your life then? How do you know what is anchored in a new earth energy or anchored in love? It's so easy, which is probably why we've spent a lot of time not seeing how easy it is. You just have to trust your own thinking. So before you do anything, before you say anything, before you see something inflammatory, and I'm using Facebook as the example because here's your reality. A massive amount of people use this platform to express their opinions every single day. This is the new mob. This is the mob mentality. So we can't ignore the fact that this has become a platform that is ingrained in our society. You can't just turn away from that and pretend it's not there. It is a huge generator of energy. And just like any generator of energy, it can be used for negative or positive. The universe does not distinguish between those two things. So it becomes a tool that we wield, regardless of how it was created, its intent, its algorithms, or anything. Our energy is that powerful. So when you step into this Facebook matrix or any online platform, social media platform, you need to be aware that you're stepping into an incredibly powerful tool that you may not fully even understand how big that reach is, but you're putting your energy in there and it matters because you matter. Everything you say, everything you think, and everything you do matters. So please start walking around feeling that important and understanding that. Words matter, okay? When we say something unkind about another person, especially in a forum where other people can see it, think about what we are doing. Think about what that is. Think about the echoes and reverberations of that. Think about all of the telephone, type of miscommunications that happen when we do that. Is that something you want to be a part of? And if not, take a minute, step away, feel into your body. Does it feel right? And I've said this to you so many times, and I'm going to say it again, just in case it's not been made very, very clear. I am here as a sovereign being, and you are here as a sovereign being. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here learning, figuring stuff out, and receiving information, and I feel called to share that with you. If you don't resonate with the things that I say, you don't need to listen to me. You can take your energy and move it away, right? And that goes for anybody else in any other situation. You don't need to be there. You can remove yourself. You don't need to punish anyone because of it. You don't need to make the decision that other people also don't need to have this information. You only need to worry about yourself. And that's difficult for us, right? Because we like to kind of go around and make decisions for other people, but that's not New Earth energy anymore. So you feel what resonates for you. What makes sense to you? What is true for you? And then you make your decisions and let other people make their decisions. We all came here to learn different things, to have different experiences. One person's truth might not do anything for another person. In fact, it might be the opposite of truth for that person. Who are you to make that decision? Who is somebody else to make that decision for you? Right? A lot of times, and especially in the spiritual world, we come in looking for answers, right? We want to know where we belong. We want to know what we're supposed to be doing. We want answers, 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 answers. We want somebody to tell us. The problem is, that is exactly what religion does. It allows you to come into a space and be told what to do, right? And I'm not trying to, because I want to make this clear too, I have no problems with religion, because religion, again, is another thing where the energy can be moved into a negative or a positive space. But religion used for patriarchal purposes is very damaging and is another place that takes your sovereignty away. Any place you go to where you say, what do I do to get saved, is a place that takes away your sovereignty, because instead of asking that question of yourself and answering it, you are giving your energy to somebody else to tell you what to do. The benefit of that is that if things don't go well for you, if you don't like how things turned out, it's not your fault, right? Because you're just doing what you were told. But if you are in your sovereign place and you're making your own choices and decisions and things don't go in a way that you really like, whose fault is that? It's yours. And that is what being sovereign means. It means owning the fact that you make choices and they're yours and yours alone. So it's a big responsibility, but this is where we're at. This is where we are. And so I say this to you because it is very, 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 very much the opposite of New Earth energy to attack other people because of what they are saying. Just because you don't like something doesn't give you the right to tear that person apart. I'm going to say that again because former Sarah needs to hear it, and I guess somebody needs to hear it a few more times today. Just because you don't like something does not give you the right to tear that person apart. It doesn't. It is not loving, it is not kind, and no good comes from that soil. And if you choose to put your energy into that, you are anchoring yourself into the same timelines that allowed witches to be burned at the stake, that allowed information to be burned in mass so that other people can't learn things and know truths. You are playing into that patriarchal machine that is currently dying and thrashing and trying to pull us all down with it. You're allowing that to happen. So take a minute and just ask yourself, is the energy I'm putting out being used for good purpose? Or am I being a tool of a machine I don't even see? Okay? Because we can't bring this with us. And it is your choice, right? It is your choice. When we get triggered by something, that is the time to pull in. It's not the time to go out, right? Our knee-jerk reflex will be to go out, right? That is the unhealed version of that. But when you are triggered by something, when somebody says something to you that makes you go, ah, this is hitting all these things and I have to attack this person because I can't believe they would say this. What do you need to do? You need to be quiet for a second and go sit down and ask yourself, why is this affecting me so much? Why do I care? What about this is inflaming me, triggering me, making me have all these feelings? And then wait a second. Wait another second. Wait a whole day. Take a nap. Drink some water. Listen to some soothing classical music. Whatever it is you need to do. Don't react from a triggered space. Nothing comes from that you're going to want. It isn't going to help you feel better, right? You're going to find some solidarity though. And I will speak on this. Whenever we put out negative shit like that, you will always find people who will jump on that and be like, yeah, girl, this is so wrong. That's messed up. You're right. Can't believe they do that. Blah, 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 blah. Why does that help you though? Right? What are you doing? When you go on Facebook or any other social media platform and you complain about somebody and disparage their character, even if you don't name them, and then you collect all these comments of people who don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, but they're just adding their energy there, do you know what you're actually doing? You're siphoning their energy. You're being a vampire because you feel triggered, right? You feel triggered and you need something. You need to feel better. So you're putting it out there and you're like, give me all of your energy, even though you have no conscious understanding of what just happened. Here's my viewpoint that is colored by my trigger and trauma response. Give me your energy so I can eat it and feel better about myself while not resolving what the actual issue is within myself that got me triggered in the first place. We've got to stop doing that. Got to. We don't have to. All right, we don't have to do anything. You can continue this behavior. In fact, if you're watching this right now, chances are this is not behavior that you actively, knowingly partake in because I just don't see how you could. But if this is something you've noticed in your life, let it sink in. Let it shift your energy fast because solstice is Monday. We have no room for this bullshit. I'm serious. It is coming up because we don't have room for it. And if you don't let go of these toxic, awful behaviors that have anchored us for centuries into a dark place, you are not going to have a good time when solstice comes around because that energy is going to rip through you and it's going to feel real shitty. So take a minute, find those places, let them go, send them with love. Say, you know what? Thank you so much for all that you have shown me. And now get the hell out because I don't need you anymore. And we don't have to be afraid of what takes the place of that because guess what? That was just junk clutter, right? That wasn't anything that was adding to our atmosphere. In fact, it was blocking us from feeling our true selves, from being in alignment with ourselves, right? So anything that is doing that is coming up now to be released. And when it comes up, guess what it feels like? It feels like a trigger. Feels like I want to attack somebody. Feels like it's somebody else's fault, not mine. Feels like this is something that happened to me, not for me. Feels like I'm a victim of this and there's nothing I could have done. Moving on, right? So we're making these decisions now. We're in it. And the other side of this is a good time. The other side of this is us building a society where women don't tear women down. Where if you are confused about something that somebody has said, you ask them directly. Right? Let's move into that. Let's all hold hands and gallop into that direction together, right? Because that is unity. That is removing the illusion of separation. That is removing us versus them. And that is taking power away from divisive forces. And that is what we need to be doing now. So that is what I have to say to you about that this morning. Moving into solstice. On Monday's Live, we're going to be doing a meditation. I don't know much about that meditation yet because it hasn't fully come through, but you know how we roll. So 8:30 on Monday, I put out a Facebook invite so that you can get a reminder. Invite as many people as possible to join in on this because, and I promise I won't do as much cursing because this is an event. It's like the event, right? And it's a great idea, if I do say so myself, to start your solstice morning by connecting energy with your brothers and your sisters and uplifting ourselves so that we can be closer to the frequencies that are going to be streaming in on that day. It is a magical, magical fucking day, guys. And I know you guys are feeling it. I'm feeling it. It's like, I'm exhausted from all the dreams coming through, from all the upgrades, from all of the thoughts, all of the things that need to be finished, all of the anchors that need to be pulled out and re-anchored in a different place. It's a lot of work, but it's the most exciting thing ever. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we came here for. There's so much to come. So join us on Monday. We're going to connect, do some sort of meditation, light some candles, probably pull some cards. Peony will be here. Likely we'll do some channeling of some sort. I don't even know. But it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot to integrate. Please take care of yourself this weekend. Be aware that if your body is feeling totally wonky, it is totally par for the course. I would be surprised if you didn't feel a little strange this weekend. Salt baths, hydration, listening to your energy levels, resting, and taking note of those dreams, right? I've been having dreams where I will have a dream, wake up, have a dream, wake up, have a dream, wake up. And that is not conducive to feeling fresh in the morning, but it does allow me to remember the dreams. So whatever is happening for you, let it happen. Whatever triggers are coming up, acknowledge them and soften to receive this healing. And allow your actions to reflect who you truly are. Step out of herd mentality and step into your sovereignty. Act from that place. Stay in your heart. Stay in love. And forgive yourself for all of the times that you did not do that. Because they don't anchor you to anything. We all learn. We all do things that allow us to see things in different ways. And we are where we are when we are. So there's no mistakes here. If you have done all of the things that I just talked about, it is what it is. Make today be the day that you don't, right? Make today be the day that you decide to step fully into your sovereignty, to stay in your heart, and to make sure that any energy you put out there with your voice, with your body, with your typing fingers, with your texting thumb, that all of it is in alignment with yourself. That's all we can do, right? Do no harm. It's a very simple thing. So I leave you with that this morning. I'm going to pull a card actually because they keep staring at me, just for some weekend energy. I've also put a link for my shop where you will find meditations, and I especially would recommend trying the somatic energy release meditation that I have on there, and the growth spiral meditation. And also the 3-day upgrade is there as well, which would be an amazing thing to do for this coming solstice. So check it out. Let me pull this card for you. Let's see what it is. Okay, You ready? My coffee is probably cold now. I'll post this in the Facebook group. Against the grain. That's a butt right there. Okay. And it's number 4. Are you ready? I'm ready. Bring it, cards. You want birds to be able to fly underwater. You want love to trump power. You want humanity to relate to each other as equals and to recognize the sacredness in you and in the world around you. You want to unleash the beauty that hides in even the ugliest of scenes or sentiments. You want to make possible what others say cannot be. You are a radical dreamer, a sacred rebel, and you bring the light of a more positive future to this world. However, this can have its burdens. Deep within you, you may feel that you don't really fit in with the rest of the world. Perhaps your sense of how things can be and how they really are is so different to the smaller minds or more fearful hearts of many others that you are rarely received for all that you offer. This might make you feel frustrated, thwarted, or lonely at times. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honor that which is different and renders the impossible possible. You must never, ever lose your unusual ways and become dry, serious, appropriate, and conventional, not even for appearance's sake. For you would lose your essence. You are here to show that life is about so much more than conventional success. This oracle comes with a special message for you. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the flow of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy. Through art and literature, meditation, dance, and in sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake, or the bathtub. You must go against the grain. It is just your way. You are not one of the followers, but one of the agitators. However, yours is not a force of disrespectful chaos. You are a loving catalyst, and by simply being yourself, you constantly remind people that there is always another way. This oracle comes with the particular guidance that you are meant to be exactly as you are. You are meant to be the black sheep, the daring butterfly spirit calling to the caterpillars. That is you. The price you pay for the gift of individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that you are not dulled down and conditioned into playing at being something you are not. If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed. At most, it could only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truth to be freely expressed. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Your power comes from aligning your outward self with your inner truth, not with the general consensus. You will then find other dreamers, wild butterflies, and atypically colored sheep to join you in conjuring better visions for our world. So, my friends, once again, a 30-minute live video is condensed into one card. I will post this for you guys, and I'm sending you a lot of love because this is big stuff. It's big, big healing. But you got this. Stay aware. Stay in your heart. Be here. Be you. And just know you are loved and supported at all times. Sending you lots of love. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I will see you on Monday at 8:30. I cannot freaking wait. So tell all your friends. And if you have enjoyed this video today, please share. That is the ultimate best way that you can help me, by sharing my shit. Love you guys. Mwah.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.